Okay, this is a new experiment. Well, it's not new. I've been playing with this before, but in Blazor. So the idea is to make a dynamic application that is able to run scripts. For that, I'm using JINT, which is a JavaScript interpreter for .NET. Let me show you what I have so far. Okay, so the only new section that I have in this application is the script section. So here I have a few example scripts. So let's go through them one by one. Let's start with the most simple one, the show message. So this is what we have so far. I have implemented here the rich text editor to be able to highlight the source code. Also, we have the script name and the script action info. This one I will explain later, but at the moment I just want to run this script, which is the most basic script. So I have registered a function that is called show message, that you pass the caption, the message, the type, and how long do you want to show it. So if I run this, you see the message here. So let's change it. So let me do something here. So I think type 3 is success. Type 2, let's see what it is error, I think. And 1 should be warning. So let's execute this again. Yes. So the nice thing about having implemented the rich text editor is that you can basically write code like you're using Microsoft Word, for example. So let me do comments. So this will be 3 for success, 2 for error, and 1 for warning. And since this is a rich text, you can do whatever you want. I can make this bigger if let's make it way bigger. Okay, and I can also do the same with the code. And that doesn't affect the code at all. So that's too much. Let's make it 36 maybe. Okay. So this is a script that you can see what it's doing. So let's save this and execute it again. But 3000, oh, this is too much. So let's put 1. And let's save it. And now let's execute it. And let's change the value. So this is a demo. Save and execute. See, it's changing. So far so good. I think this was the most simple script that I have. So let's go back. And now here we have a different script. This script is doing an HTTP request. So you get the HTTP client, then you execute get async from this URL, which is basically a demo service, and then you get the result. So if the response was successful, we get out the code. So we read the content, and then we read as a string async, and we get the result, and then we put it here in the console. So let's run this. Oh, let me clear this output. So execute. As you can see, here we have the output. So here I was logging that it was successful. See, it said it's true. So I can format this. Status code. And let's do it like that. So save. Execute. Let me clear this because it's concatenating at the moment. So execute. So here we have the status code. And then we have the output. That's what I'm doing here. And then we write something like this is the output, which is this. And then we execute the log again, and we do the same output. So this I can comment out, for example. This is not necessary, and I can move this here. So there is no automatic ident of the text, so that I need to work with that. But let's execute this. Now let's clear the text first. So execute. So the status code was true, and this is the output, and we have the output here. So far so good. You can do basically whatever you want in the scripts. So let me save this again, and let's go to another script. So you can interact with any part of XAF. I mean, I have done some bridge, so you can interact with XAF. So here, for example, see this. Let me make this bigger. See, this rich text editor is so beautiful. You can do whatever you want, zoom out, zoom in. So let me remove this highlight. It looks awful. Okay, so here we have a function. This function name is change caption. So we can get the controller. We're getting this controller. And then in the controller we get the simple action 1, and we change the caption to hello. So here we have that dummy action. This is the action that is in this controller, and the text is dummy action, but the action actually name is simple action 1. So let me remove this. This was a test, and let me do log here, and let's write something like okay, and let's save this and let's execute. So when I execute, you will see that the dummy action will change to hello. So see, now it's hello. Also, let me change something else. I think I can change also the tooltip. So let's do tooltip, and let's execute this. So no, maybe this is not the name of the property. So let's comment this out, and let's change this to hello demo, and execute. So now it's hello demo. Okay, so far so good, right? It's really useful things that we have here. So let's save this, and we can also create objects. For example, see this. I have this function create object instance, and basically here I'm executing this function, but first I get the type, and once I have the type, I can create an object space, or actually I will handle the object space from this view, and then I can say something like object space create object, and you pass the type. So here we have a person object. Here we have this type in our application, and then I set to the person object. This was a person object from JavaScript, and then I commit the changes, and I show a message that the object was successfully created. So let me go to the person object, and here I have a few, so let me delete this so I can show you how it's working. And let's refresh the list. So it's empty, right? So person from JavaScript demo video, and let's save this and let's execute. Okay, so it works. So let's come in here and refresh. So see, this is the person that was created from the script. Also, in here I'm getting the object space with the create object space method that I have registered in the JavaScript. So I have done that. So you have some pre-built functions available in your JavaScript. So you have one that is even more interesting. Yes, I was playing with the highlighting. So let me remove this. Okay. So this is really neat because, for example, I can get a secure object space provider and tell it, okay, I need to log in as an admin, and here the admin doesn't have any password so far, so you pass the username and the password. So you're getting an object space provider that is attached to the security system. So everything that you have set up for the role for this user will basically work. So for example, if this user doesn't have permission to create persons, you will not be able to create persons. You will get an exception, basically, a security exception. So again, we're doing the same. We are getting the type, then we create the object space, then we create an instance, and then we do it from JavaScript. So the idea is basically the same as the other script, but I'm using a secure object space on this case. So let's execute this. So now we will have to use two persons in the person list view. Yeah, so here we have it. So let's go back to the script and let's do it with user, but let me show you the user. So user is in the default role, and the default role doesn't have any permission to create person objects. So let's close this and close this, and let's go to the script and let's do it for user and save the script and execute. So right now it's showing here we have an exception, and it says that saving of this type of object is prohibited by the security rules. So the beauty about this type of script is that you can impersonate user. You can say like run this as admin, or run this as Jose, or as Javier, or as Pedro, Walter, O'Neill, Jasmani, like whatever person you want to impersonate, you just pass the credentials, and the object space will be attached to that role. I mean, of the user that you're using to create the object space. So that's like really neat, actually. And one more thing to show is, let me go to the scripts and let me remove some things from here first, because I was playing with this before. So okay, so also we have implemented something that is called an action script. So for example, let's say that you want to execute this one. No, this one is not good for that. So that you want to this show message script, you want to show it in an action. So you mark its action and then you select the data type. So let's put this script on the user, and in which view we want to show it, in the detail view. So when we show when we open the detail view for user, we will have an action called scripts, and there you will see the options that you have to run. So let's go to users and to the admin detail view. So you have here this. So actually the only script that we have in the script section right now is script show message. So if I click here, this will execute. See, we have the message here. So let's add one more script. So let's create an object also. So this will be also an action, and it will be in the user detail view, and that's it. So let's save and close. Let's go to user again, and let's go to the admin. So right now here I have two different actions. So I have this show message that we shown before, and also we have the create object instance. So let me delete these persons that we have here. Let's refresh so I can show you that there is nothing here, and let's create the object with this action here. So okay, that was successful. So let's refresh here, and here we have the record. So this idea is like really neat. Basically, you can interact and automate with and automate your application with JavaScript and some bridge with .NET. So you can execute .NET code also. So I think I will put this in a module for XAF, but I will mix it because I think that the best way to use the scripts is basically to put them on the scheduler. So we have a module that uses Quartz to schedule tasks, so you can schedule scripts. And basically also I will add some other type of scripts like a startup script, what happens when the application just start, and I will expose some methods from XAF to the script engine. Also, there is some other stuff that we can do, is like do a setup for the engine for each script. So you can tell it, okay, this script cannot run for longer than 2 minutes. So you can basically break the process if it's taking too long. Or this script can only execute 10 lines of code. And you can put some constraints that is really neat. Or this script can only use this amount of memory. So the JINT engine is basically amazing. Let me check it here. C# JINT. And yeah, we don't have internet because the internet is breaking here every 5 minutes. Sorry for that, guys. So well, I guess I will show you the engine in another occasion, because this is not the last video I will do about JINT, because I really like this idea. So well, if you have any questions, any suggestions, feel free to write them in the comment, and also our contact information is in the beginning of the video. So see you guys on the next video. Bye.